Baldur's Gate 3 was released a bit over 2 years ago, and since then, one opinion constantly keeps popping up. A lot of people don't like Act 3 of the game, sometimes to the point that when they reach Act 3, they just start a new character rather than finish the game. The most common reasoning I saw is that it feels rushed or unfinished, and I wanted to share my view on the topic because in my eyes the issue lies elsewhere. For me, the reason is not about the quality or quantity of contents, it's more about the overall structure and pacing of the acts. Acts 1 and 2 both feel like one connected story. Each of them has its own overarching theme, and usually things naturally flow one into another in some way. Meanwhile, in Act 3, everything feels disconnected, and quests feel more like individual stories rather than parts of a bigger story. More like a list of separate tasks you need to finish before heading to the final confrontation. In Act 1, your primary motivation is getting rid of the tadpole as soon as possible. You follow several leads to people who are supposed to help with your problem. You meet Nettie, Halcyon, Auntie Ethel, Priestess God, or visit the Githyanki Crash to find the Zaytisk. And while none of these are able to help, it all helps with creating new connections. Everything uncovers part of the mystery or starts new quests. Everything in Act 1 has a nice flow, and almost everything you do is also connected to one or more of your companions. The crash is a big part of Lae'zel's story. In Walking's Rest, we learn about Will's past. Several moments reveal something about Shadowheart and her dedication to Shar. Near Ethel's house, we have a chance to learn about Astarion, and so on. So while you are slowly learning about the cult of the Absolute, and you are gradually pushed towards the Moonrise Tower, you are also just naturally discovering the rest of the world and how everyone fits in it. Act 2 follows a similar concept. You enter Act 2 and are immediately greeted by the Shadow Curse. One way or the other, possibly with a few detours, you eventually get to Moonrise, meet Ketheric Thorm, and you are urged to explore the Shar's Gauntlet. What is your motivation? Well, that depends on your decisions in that specific playthrough. Yet everything in Act 2 has the theme of Ketheric and the Shadow Curse. And while you deal with that issue, once again you naturally learn about your companions, or yourself if you are playing the Dark Urge. In Moonrise, you start learning about your character's role in the entire situation. The Illithid colony decides how, or if, Will's story is going to continue. You have a chance to learn about Astarion's past near Shar's Gauntlet, and the entire dungeon is one big wet dream for Shadowheart. Once again, everything that happens in Act 2 just naturally branches from the main story and the Shadow Curse. But once you get to Act 3, this structure completely breaks. You no longer have one twisting web of intertwining stories. Now you have branches that separate from the main path and then they just end. You go to the House of Grief, complete Shadowheart's storyline, and then you're done. No flow into another quest, just open your journal and pick something else to do. Then you go to, let's say, Cazador's Palace, finish Astarion's storyline, and that's it. You can check that box, now go pick another task. Then you go fight the hag and, well, you know the drill. Pick something new now. Sorceress Sandries, confront Loraakan, and check what else is on my to-do list. And this just continues on throughout the entire Act 3. While you still have a main path regarding the Chosen, Netherstones and Netherbrain, and many questlines branching from that, you also have much more disconnected plot points that just don't flow into anything. For me, that is the strongest reason why I feel a bit strange in Act 3. When I play Acts 1 and 2, I don't have to think about what I want to do next, because the next thing always somehow happens by itself. Not so in Act 3, and the thing is, it feels wrong, but I am not sure this could be avoided. There are simply many open quest lines from previous acts, and they need to be tied up somehow. I don't think Act 3 has bad content, it has some of my favorite moments in the game.
What is that vile smell? Are you dying?
I just don't like that it sometimes feels like doing chores. So there you have it. That is my view on Act 3 and why it sometimes feels weak. Let me know if you agree or if you have another reason why Act 3 feels unfinished. Let me know in the comments. I love the game and I always love hearing about people's journey in it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.